What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is TheRapl, his opponent today. In the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Yoshii. The map is Marsh. And what a scary matchup to load into here for TheRapl. Playing Loki on Marsh is a Loki player is a wet dream. You get infinite hunt. You enjoy your life. We see the opening build here from Yoshii where he goes for the early dwarf. He's also got these back water buffalo. Honestly, I would leave those. Hunt this first. You can save those for later. This is a great source of protein. But it looks like Yoshii wants to get that extra villager out before the ox cart. You can also drop this gold here, move this ox cart over here and send that ox cart over there. That way you get your ox cart guaranteed to the food. If you're worried about that, obviously here it wasn't a problem, but you can do that little cheekiness as well. But TheRapl here, he's actually started this game off doing something very, very interesting. And what is interesting about what he's done is he's actually dropped the lure on top of his deer at the back. Normally we see it drop next to the town center so that you can just not need to build a granary there. But because TheRapl has to build a granary here, he's actually dropped this one here very smartly. And what's the reason for it? Well, the reason for it is he's sent his villagers forward early to hunt these forward boar, and he wants this hunt in his main base to be really, really safe. It's right between two sentry towers, so he can get watchtowers and defend this really easily. It's at the back of his base. You can put walls up, buildings up to defend this as well. It's a really, really nice place to be in for TheRapl. So we'll see what sort of a strategy here that TheRapl does decide to go for. But we've talked about this before, so let me dive into it again just for the uninitiated. But the unit, the Hippocon, and the unit, the Hall of Thanes Hersir, are a very, very similarly statted unit. They do very similar amounts of damage. They cost a similar amount of resources. The difference being is that Yoshii is going to have myth unit spawns coming with his Hersir. So if you try and match the Hersir of Loki with Hippocon, you will eventually get overrun by myth units, given equal micro, equal fights, and all the equal stuff that comes from that. Now, obviously, an advantage of playing the Hippocon is that you get access to a gold-costed unit at 80 gold or 72 gold for Poseidon, versus the 40 gold, versus the 80 food of the Hersir. Food is a little bit more of a difficult resource to gather than gold is. So that is a thing to be slightly concerned about as well, or slightly happy about. But we'll see if Yoshii's actually going to end up, or not Yoshii, but TheRapl is actually going to end up going for that sort of a strategy, or go for something very different. Now, Poseidon does have access to 3 separate military units in the Classical Age. Some people might not realize this, as they only ever built Hippocon, but Poseidon does have access to Toxotes and Hoplites. And one thing that, and I can sort of foresee what TheRapl's plan is here to some degree. One thing that going through the military academy route for Poseidon does for a Poseidon player is that as soon as the Poseidon player hits the heroic age, they can start making a pacifist, and they don't have to worry about moving away from Hippocon and changing that up. So you can kind of know, or you kind of make a guess as to what's going on here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see TheRapl not go the route of Hippocon. Though he might surprise me here and go like Hippocon, Hoplites, or something like that. Yoshii, on the other hand here, he's advancing really, really late. He's already got himself the Hersir started. And what does this do for Yoshii? Well, it just means he gets a very, very large amount of resources to start off here. And he does have a slight delay on that villager there. Not a big deal because he had the advance time click through. He's already getting himself Hersir out. He's forgotten the Hersir here, which is a bit of a mistake. Definitely should be building those. But he's going to move forward. He's looking to grab the nose of the Sphinx and everything else. TheRapl's already out on the map with his own hero. He's grabbed himself Harmonious Necklace. He's grabbed himself the nose of the Sphinx here. He's getting himself, I'm sure, Pickaxe will come through relatively fast. Can't remember if pickaxe or if harmonious necklace does nothing with pickaxe, or if harmonious necklace does nothing with nothing. I can't remember. There's something weird with that relic that doesn't really help out. There's another relic over here, the Arrows of Alpha, which is another very, very important relic to be considering picking up. And in the end here, we do indeed see that TheRapl has decided to go for the military academy. And look at how much food is in the main base of TheRapl. 300, 600, 900, plus 7 deer here, which is 1,050. And then we get an extra 400 and 400. That's so much food just to be in your main base. TheRapl is going to be having a very, very nice time in his main base. He's not going to be able to get pressured at all. One military academy up here, making those hoplites as Yoshii hits that classical age. Very, very late for a Norse player, as we are still seeing the Herso training. Longhouse is coming through. Herso searching around for something to hit, but there's not going to be all too much. He does find the Eye of Horus, which is going to be a big, big relic here. He's going to be able to bring that back and drop that into the temple and enjoy that one. But we'll see how things are going to go as the wooden walls coming up to defend on this position. Simply just using Hippolyta or something as a defensive resource over here would not go astray, though he's sent it forward. No, he hasn't built it yet. It's like no Hippolyta has come out just yet for TheRapl. As his tower over here getting targeted down. TheRapl making a little bit of a mistake, not putting his walls up around those towers just yet, wanting to maybe save the resources. It does cost a little bit of resources to get those walls set up. As a hoplite comes over, starts bashing that Herso away. And TheRapl going to be returning back home. Still only one military academy up here. How are the economic upgrades going? He's got himself husbandry, hunting dogs, and pickaxe. This is going to fatten up those pigs mightily as well. TheRapl is really, really playing into how many resources he's managed to get here in this game. He's getting his Hippolyta out. That's going to push those Herso away. For some reason, this villager is very distracted here, as the Herso gets a little bit of damage done, but simply just converting into a gate. The villager's going to get back in there, no problems. And be able to repair that one back up to full HP here. So, nice play. It wouldn't be a bad idea to just build another wall onto here. Probably a little bit faster and cheaper. Anyways, Herso retreating away for Yoshii. What's Yoshii's plan? Yoshii now getting himself an army up. He's got 55 population in. A little bit slow on that population, but no real problems there. Will we see a town center at any point? Generally speaking, if I see a player turtling this hard as Norse, I go, well, just get a town center. It's a great way to play against a player who's turtling, is just get your economy going, because they're not going to be able to do the same, or at least not do the same so easily. Look at all the hunt. This is so much hunt back here, this town center. Not only does it get this water buffalo here to drag in, but it also kind of makes it a very safe position to grab those deer over there as well. As the Herso do manage to find their way into the main base here. TheRapl not paying attention, or he's not reacting at all, as Yoshii is maybe getting a little bit overzealous here with his Hall of Fame's Herso. Just checking out what's happening here. A little bit of a ghost building getting dropped here, trying to keep things nice and defensive here. As another granary coming up, as those Herso get caught out, and Yoshii has to figure out a way out of this position. Does find that villager there. Will be able to snipe that one down. I think my game is kind of lagging here for some reason. Let me just close out of something else that might fix that up, hopefully. As Yoshii going to be retreating away from this position. He's still eating hunt. He's still on hunt. The armory is up. Yoshii, at this point, will be spotting that armor. I don't know if he just spotted it then or not, but the heroic age is going to be coming through for TheRapl. Very quick for a kind of... I mean, it's only a 46 population TheRapl, but very, very quick heroic age here with units out, with a little bit of light pressure on. And TheRapl going to be able to motor ahead in this game. Yoshii, on the other hand, is clicked up through Bragi. Still no town center up. What's the plan here for Yoshii? Because he knows that his opponent's got a metric butt ton of resources in his main base. He's not going to be able to push it off. He knows his opponent's also got ceasefire, so he's not just going to be able to utilize flaming weapons and find a win there. So what are the answers here for Yoshii? The answers are basically, as far as I see it, get set up for the late game. Protect your town centers from any timing. Ensure you've got this second gold mine nice and secured. Maybe even drop a hill fort down in order to start making some Jarls to tank against any sort of heroic age counter units. Unfortunately, he's getting pushed off of this position because he doesn't have any units to defend here. This is a surprise to me, as Yoshii should be able to fight that. TheRappl's only at 54 population. There's really not that many units here. There's these water buffalo over here as well that aren't getting eaten. As Yoshii pulls all the way back into his main base, town center is going to be coming up on this position. As TheRapl hits the heroic age here, and look at the resources. Market immediately coming down. TheRapl is going for a semi-fast mythic here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be... It's always scary playing against this from the side of the Loki player. Always scary. Why is it scary? Because the earthquake, it's so hard to defend against it. You need masons and you need a ton of buildings around your town center to keep it up. And to some degree, as we do see flaming weapons get thrown down, ceasefire also being utilized here. That's a bit of a weird one. I'm surprised to see Yoshii actually wanting the ceasefire to be utilized then. I feel like he could have potentially found a better timing on that one, but Yoshii forces the ceasefire. Now the fighting can actually start, but TheRapl here, he's about to be in the mythic age. The gold is still coming through. Those villagers, they are getting a lot of gold income here. Troll trying to come through and cause a little bit of problems here, as well as the army coming back for TheRapl to snipe that one, and maybe the battle boar out as well. Artemis, no surprises there for TheRapl. Yoshii, on the other hand, walls coming up all across the map, trying to prevent any sort of easy town centers from getting grabbed here for TheRapl, but TheRapl's in his main base. We see a Pegasus coming out. That's going to be moving around to hit that earthquake. And I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 town center, maybe 5 or 6, maybe 6 houses, maybe 5 houses here could potentially go down to this earthquake with the town center going down as well. That's a huge amount of population just straight lost for that earthquake. And then the pressure is just going to start mounting as more walls coming up. Such a strange game here. As Yoshii, he just can't get anything done with his army. And TheRapl now, he's got a really nice counter to said army with the Hypaspis able to be built out. He's also still got herdables in his main base here to continue to produce these. He's getting himself the medium Hypaspis in as well. As TheRapl's mythic age at 70%. The Pegasus now moving forward here, ready to get inside there and hit that earthquake immediately. This strategy has been well thought out by TheRapl after all is said and done, as Yoshii needs to pull back and he needs to get into a position where he can deal with this infantry-based army that TheRapl's making now. Do you make yourself some throw an axeman here? Probably throw an axeman aren't a bad idea, but oftentimes Norse players, especially Loki players, really hate going in to those thrown axemen, but it would be a great move, especially with those Hersa to already defend against some sort of chimera threat. As the Pegasus comes in, earthquake getting dropped, and does he hit that house? Doesn't hit the house, but he does hit the temple, kills the town center, kills a bunch of houses, kills everything there. Yoshi's population drops down to up to 45 max population. He still has 105. You can get those houses back up very quickly here, as his Hersa are moving into the main base of TheRapl. Does drop the Eye of Horus in here. What's happening? As I think Yoshii did manage to understand what was going on there. He's going to lose that temple no matter what. The villagers pulled off of that wood line there as well, as the Chimera spots the dwarves here. Huge amount of damage onto those dwarves as they're retreating away, going to jump into the town center. We do see the houses getting taken down over here as they do. The dwarves do jump in to this location here as well. Another dwarf does end up falling, as Yoshii is spread out onto every single corner of the map. The couple of units finding some villagers chopping wood over here is going to be a problem as well, as this town center will end up coming up, but will Yoshii be able to get back up to population here? Will the pressure be too much for Yoshii after all is said and done, as the Hypaspis coming through here? They're more than comfortable to take this fight. You do not need to retreat here. 5 Hypaspis is more than enough to take out those 7 Hersa, especially with a Polyphemus to help against any sort of myth unit spawnage threats there, as the army of TheRapl going to be searching around for something to take out. At this point, Yoshii here doesn't have a gold mine at the moment. He's lost so many villagers here on this position as well. The dwarves over here, we will be seeing maybe trading of wood for gold moving forward here. Yoshii's at two town centers. He's getting up those longhouses. He can start pumping units. What units do you make, though, as the Herso have found some villages in the center of the map, starting to take those out, as TheRapl doesn't really have a good option for a gold mine here at the moment. He's walled off over here. He's got a forward gold mine that's easily spotted. Gold mines over there. Yoshii's got a chance here. He just needs to make an army that can deal with those Hypaspist. Stop making those Herso, but he does need to take out the Chimera here. He's run into those Hypaspist yet again as the Chimera comes in, use that special ability onto the Valkyrie there. Nice play where that's concerned, but the Polyphemus army coming in over here spots those dwarves, and Nemean Lion can get over here and use that special ability here as well, as that's exactly what TheRapl decides to do here, as Yoshii reacts nice and fast, but he's now going to be stuck inside of the town center. The Polyphemus does so much damage to this town center with that 5 crush damage there as well. As the Chimera going to come through, helping out and seeing what can happen there as all the Herso are fallen. Meanwhile, Yoshii's got himself tons of gold in the bank, but not spending it very well. He's got no food in the bank either. Some farms coming up onto that position. His dwarf's going to be retreating away, looking for somewhere to go. He can buy some food if he so chooses. He gets himself up a temple, can spam out battle balls here as well, if that's something he wants to try. But the Chimera here has managed to take out one Herso. Will lose that other Chimera to the Herso if he's not careful, but good micro there as the Hypaspist come through. TheRapl able to take out yet another Herso as the Polyphemus comes through, bashes the dwarf away. Great usage there of this Polyphemus. I love that. I love, for some reason, just seeing the dwarves flying is just kind of funny. As another dwarf does end up falling. And there's just no gold income here for Yoshii, and Yoshii's just refusing to build anything other than Herso here. Just a bunch of raiding cavalry would have been absolutely perfect here for Yoshii to deal with this army, get himself up to medium raiders, make himself 115 population of raiding cavalry. Obviously, he needs to take out the Chimera somehow, but TheRapl here, he's not really making that many of them. He's got one Nemean Lion to take out with some Herso, and one Chimera up on this position to take out. That's it. Well, we can build another one here relatively soon. As he's also got this Pegasus he could be using to kind of check gold mines and stuff. There is this gold mine over on this corner here that TheRapl does know about, but hasn't really taken a look at. Meanwhile, look at this. Heavy Hypaspist, just absolutely brutalizing. While this hoplite over here is tanking good micro there from Yoshii to pull back, but he needs to pull away. He needs some myth unit spawns or something, as TheRapl here is still getting under pressure. 3 villages on gold at this moment, but Yoshii with a much, much worse position. 500 gold left in the back, 40 population remaining here to boot as well. As where's that myth unit spawn there? What was that? I heard it pop somewhere, but I don't know. Oh, there we go. We just see a battle ball coming through. That'll help Yoshii out a little bit. But he's only at 39 population. I don't know what else he can do here. He does manage to sneak 2 dwarves onto this gold mine. That's going to be not the biggest of assistance there. He could come back up onto this position here and try and grab that gold mine. TheRapl has pulled his Toxote away. Though I don't think Yoshii knows there's a gold mine there. He doesn't. He doesn't know there's a gold mine there. As the Herso find this position, can the battle ball get in and cause some problems here? The Chimera coming through onto this position here as well. One villager goes down. And Yoshii, he isn't paying attention, but he does get one Herso to randomly jump onto that Chimera there as the infantry unit's coming back in. Another bonus of Poseidon, the militia popping out with going for infantry, as now the militia get the tech of heavy infantry as well. They're up to 125 HP, 8.4 damage per second there as well. No small margin there, as the Polyphemus coming through, 68 HP, will end up getting taken down there by the town center with only Hypaspist. Not really the best at taking out town centers, but still dealing 6 damage a second isn't really, it's not that little amount of damage there either. as the Chimera will finally get sniped down here with the Ursa chasing it. A Frost Giant spawn is going to be absolutely huge there as well. Curse getting dropped down onto this position, hitting some villagers as well there to sort of neuter the amount of damage this town center can do as they popped out. And he's going to be able to clean that one up, and Yoshii will drop down now to 0 town centers. And in that moment, Yoshii does decide the game is lost as TheRapl somehow managed to find a rare victory on a marsh map against Loki with this really, really creative strategy. 1 military academy, saves hunt in the main base, lure on the starting hunt, grabs his forward hunt, and then he just goes for like a 1 military academy fast mythic. Crazy idea here, manages to make it work. I do wonder if you can get away with this on some other maps as well, especially maps that have got a decent amount of herdables. But really well played by TheRapl, showing that this game is far from solved. There's a lot of different crazy ideas you can go for. Really, really nice play. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.